All right, I did a stream on my streaming channel. Go subscribe to that streaming channel. And one of the things we talked about was a guy who got outed in his community for cross-dressing on social media and being a, quote, transgender curvy girl. And in the article I read, the guy responded to all of this being outed by saying something along the lines of, hey, does all of this disqualify me as being a pastor? Does all of this disqualify me as being a politician for our community? I'm doing great work. I'm providing the message of the Lord. Does me doing something in private, even though it's on social media, so technically it's not that private, does me doing this disqualify me from giving the word, the Lord's word, to the public, to the people that I care so much about? And you know, that's an honest question. And I had to take time to wonder, because does you being transgender disqualify you from being able to talk about God? And originally, my answer was no. But when I found out that he was promoting transgender porn and using real women's names for his fan fiction.
Today, a makeshift memorial has been formed outside of City Hall in Smith Station following the passing of Mayor Bubba Copeland. Many are offering condolences, but at least two women that I spoke with say they're trying to grapple a mix of emotions, and they say they feel victimized. Flowers and notes of remembrance could be found outside the entrance to Smith Station City Hall on Monday, all in memory of the city's mayor, Bubba Copeland, who took his life Friday afternoon following a chase involving Lee County Sheriff's deputies. Lee County Sheriff Jay Jones tells us the chase happened after his deputies attempted a welfare check.
He pulled over on the side of the road, exited his vehicle, had a handgun, and at that point he took his life.
The incident happened days after an online report from 1819news.com featuring Copeland shared photos of Copeland dressed as a woman and reports that he featured local women as the subjects of an online fiction. Ansley Summerlin tells us she was shocked to find out her name and photos had been posted online without her permission.
I had some people start sending me photos that were posted of me on multiple porn sites, I guess you could say. I believe there are about 9 sites now that I have, 5 or 6 photos of my face and my name across the internet.
A local hairstylist in Smith Station did not want to go on camera, but tells me her name was used without her knowledge in an online story she believes was written by Copeland.
It said my first and last name, and it was basically describing the way that I look, and then intensified, I guess, as a porn star, and it went into very graphic detail. I didn't get past the first page because I honestly couldn't stomach it.
Lee County Sheriff Jay Jones says the facts and evidence will be given to the Lee County District Attorney.
A Lee County grand jury will review all of the details of this investigation at a future date.
A public visitation will be held at Vance Brooks Funeral Home on Wednesday evening in Phoenix City, and the funeral service will be held on Thursday at First Baptist Church in Phoenix City at 3 o'clock Eastern Time.
Yeah, that disqualifies you from giving the word of the Lord. And in the public's eye, they will look at you as some weirdo trying to spout some ideologies about something as a politician. So yes, it does hinder your credibility, especially in the court of public opinion, because the court of public opinion reached a verdict and they said, yeah, you're a little bit weird, buddy, for using real women's names in your community for your weird fan fiction. And yes, it is unfortunate that after this, he took his life. Nobody should be sitting there agreeing that, yeah, I'm glad you took your life because you got outed as a sick human being. That's not the route I'm going, and I hope other people don't go that route as well.
So this Trump-loving Bubba Copeland was a pastor in Alabama, as well as the mayor of some little hick town, who was transgender. He was a cross-dresser, and a Christian media outlet was threatening to out him, and he unalived himself. And it's just unfortunate. I mean, look, we all have our kings, girl. I don't care who you are. Hello, Mike Johnson. Excuse me. But, well, it just serves you right for being a Trump supporter, honey. But no, it's just really, it's a weird story. But the fact that some Christian media outlet was the reason why he unalived himself. It's like, you far-right Christian pieces of shit. What I would love to see happen is you all load up on a plane and move to fucking Palestine right about now.
But I'm just looking at you saying something along the lines of, hey, does this disqualify me? Then I find out you're doing something that would creep out many people in your community. And yes, it does disqualify you. This ain't about being transphobic. This ain't about shunning people who want to live secret lives. Again, even though he broadcasted it on social media. So technically, it discredits all talk about him doing it in the privacy of his home where no one can see him, because obviously people found out about it because they follow you on Instagram, Facebook, all these other apps where you felt free and clear to post your side hustle as being a transgender curvy girl. And of course, people who have their own agendas against you will use that against you, but that's besides the point. You can't really sit there and think everybody's just gonna be, oh, well, yeah, I'm going through this hit piece campaign. Nothing's really going on. I'm gonna be perfectly fine as your leader of the church and your leader in the future as a politician. No, you discredited yourself. And again, it's very unfortunate that you took your life. I'm not cheering that. I wasn't hoping for that. I was hoping that you would just maybe, as a grown-ass adult, stand on it and be like, yeah, I cross-dress, so what? But because you are somebody who was using real women's names to have a little bit of fun inside of your home, I gotta look at you just a little bit weird, because anybody else would be viewed as a fucking weirdo. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Do you think it's perfectly fine to be a grown adult and having a nice little side hustle that you do in the comfort of your home, even though you broadcast that on social media, so that negates any form of it being something private? Do you think it's perfectly fine for a politician or a pastor, no matter the sex, creed, ethnicity, or otherwise, having real people in their fan fiction lives and erotica? Or do you think it's all creepy and no one has sympathy for the guy? And let me know in the comment section down below. I will see you all in the next one. Mwah. Subscribe. Goodbye.